A narcissist is a person who has an excessive interest in or admiration of themselves. A person who thinks that the world revolves around them. So, a narcissistic parents are often emotionally abusive to their children, holding them to impossible and constantly changing expectations. Hi, my name is Mfon, and today we are going to be talking about narcissistic parenting and how it affects children. I have a video on traits of narcissistic, signs that you were raised by a narcissistic parent, and I hope you watch that video because it will educate you on those signs that may, help you know whether, you had that background. So, how does narcissistic parenting affect children? Why I am, sharing this is because when you watch those, signs, it will make sense to you why you act the way you do. So, number one, the child won't feel heard or seen. If you were raised by a narcissistic parent, you will notice that your opinion don't matter, your contribution are pushed away, and they make you feel that your contributions are trash. So, growing up as a child, I used to feel invisible because I was raised by a narcissistic parent. I know what that means. As a child, your opinion is like you were just born yesterday. So, why should I take your contribution? You are a kid. Number two, the child's feeling and reality will not be acknowledged. You are feeling something and they are like, you don't know what you're feeling. You're just a child. So be quiet. Number three, the child will be treated like an accessory to the parent rather than a person. I know what that means. I was treated like an accessory because there was a time that my mom said that because I'm a girl child, I don't deserve something of value. And that made me to understand my position in the in the family. So the child will be treated like an accessory to the parent rather than a person. I was made to understand that my work, my position in the house was just to cook for the family and serve everybody. I used to do a lot of work to see if I can buy love. You know what I mean? But I was treated like a thing rather than a person. Number four, the child will be more valued for what they do, usually for the parent, than for who they are as a person. Like I said, I used to do a lot of work. I wake up in the morning, I cook breakfast, I, go to school. Even before I go to school, I'll be told, come back early so that you go to the market. I will come back early and go to make groceries in the market, then cook dinner. So I was just, valued for what I can do, not for who I am. And note that to a narcissistic parent, their love for you is conditional. For me, especially, the love that I experienced was conditional because I was only loved for what I can do as work, not for who I am. So the day I don't do what I'm supposed to do, for example, there was a day I was late for school and I was rushing, and as I was running down the staircase, I told my mom, please, please, please help me out. I am going to school. Instead of my mom to just take over from there, she was like angry. So my value was for what I can do, not for who I am. Number five, the child will not learn to identify or trust their own feelings and will grow up with crippling self-doubt. When your opinion is trash, when they think that you have, there's something wrong with you, how are you going to trust your own, self? And that's why you grow up with self-doubt because you are like, I don't think what I'm doing is right. Narcissistic parents will not allow you to grow up like a normal human being and you grow up having self-doubt. Number six, the child will be taught that how they look is more important than how they feel. A narcissistic parent is a specialist, is making you feel miserable. And then they will expect you to keep a straight face as if nothing happened. So you will be taught that how you look is more important than how you feel. So it's better you stop, saying your mind, because it will not be taken. It will take it, they will take it as if you are kidding. So in other words, a narcissistic parent teach you to be fake, teach you to be, to lie, teach you not to be authentic to yourself, not to be authentic about your feelings. Number 7, the child will be fearful of being real and will instead be taught that image is more important than authenticity. I just said that. A narcissistic parent literally teaches you how to lie, teaches you how to be fake, make you feel that being real is non-existing. That is what becomes of a child that grew up in a narcissistic home. So in my case, I grew up being fake. I mean, my siblings did not really know who I was because I was taught to be fake. Number 8, the child will be taught to keep secret to protect the family and the parent. I mean, when you are not allowed to be real, when they do something and say don't tell anybody, when you go to the public, they pretend as if they are, the best of parents. You know that your parents, have some kind of, thing going on, and they automatically teach you to keep secret, to protect the image of the family and to protect their own image too. Because in my own house, I teach my kids to be free. No secret. I teach them not to keep secret. Sometimes I will do something and I know they are going to tell their father, my husband, and I will not tell them, don't tell daddy. I will not tell them because I know automatically I'm teaching them to keep secret. So don't teach your kids to keep secret. That is not good. Number 9, the child will not be encouraged to develop their own sense of self. I mean, how is that going to be possible when you don't, contribute to the family, when your opinion are always trash, when they don't allow you to be real? How are you going to develop your own sense of self? That's not going to be possible. I was like that. I did not develop a sense of self because I felt my brain has a problem. That is the effect. Number 10, the child will feel emotionally empty and not nurtured. When they don't love you the way they are supposed to love, when they always question your own, sense of self, when they feel that you have a problem, you're going to be emotionally empty and you will not be nurtured. Number 11, the child will learn not to trust others. When you cannot even trust your parents, how will you trust others? But I am grateful that God has blessed me with a wonderful husband that I can trust. And, I am working on my healing. So I don't really have issues of trust with people except you break that trust. Number 12, the child will feel used and manipulated. Let's not go there because I was used to the core. And the most annoying part or unfortunate part was that it came from my own parent. I mean, it's so depressing to now look back and say, why was I used like that? Why was I manipulated like that? Just because I was a child? I mean, does it now give my parents the right to use me like a complete doormat? I mean, I don't get it. I still don't get it. I am trying to make sense of it. That's why I got help. I got therapy to help me make sense of it. Number 13, the child will be there for the parent rather than the other way around as it should be. I mean, I used to do a lot of work that was supposed to be my mom's job. I used to, make groceries, cook every day, make breakfast every day, do a lot of work, wash, the laundry of my younger ones. I mean, I was used. I did all the work that was supposed to be my mom's job. I mean, I can say boldly that I did not have a childhood. It was literally taken, it was stolen, just because they brought me into this world. It can be very, very frustrating that instead of the parents to be there for the child, it is the child that is there for the parent. And you wonder what is the job of a parent. That's why I started this channel, to help us to have healthy parenting. And then the next one is number 14. The child's emotional development will be stunted. Let's not go there, because like a person that used to do a lot of work in the house, I didn't have the time to read. I didn't have the time to study for my exams. I didn't also have the time to maybe watch news and get exposed and develop like every other child. So my mental and emotional development was stunted. People used to ask me, "What do you know?" "Oh, Mfon, you don't seem to know a lot." "Oh, Mfon, you don't know anything." And that was true. I didn't used to talk. People will say, "Oh, Mfon don't talk." Not that I don't talk, but because I don't have the mental capacity to, contribute constructively before people. I cannot contribute in a way that is reasonable and educational. How I can't do that. How can I do that? Where is it gonna come from? When all I do is cook, 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 cook. When my life literally starts and ends in the kitchen. How can I do that? So I grew up keeping quiet, not because I don't want to talk, but because I don't know what to say. So the child's emotional development will be stunted. Mental development will be stunted if you mean you had a narcissistic parent. I mean, it's quite unfortunate. I grew up, feeling so embarrassed, feeling so, miserable for not being able to know, to contribute. That's so sad. And number 15, the child will feel criticized and judged rather than accepted and loved. Absolutely. Like I said, I used to do a lot of work because I want to be loved. I was trying to buy love, but I did not get it. Instead, what I got was criticism and being judged. They're always ready to pick at any little mistake you make instead of them to help. I remember, like I said, I was late to go to school. Instead of my mom to continue from where I stopped, instead she said, if someone goes to school, won't the person eat? And I'm like, okay. And I had to talk to myself. In front, you have to wake up early and do your work. Even though that was not my job, but my mom made it my job. My mom made it my job to wake up in the morning and do all the house chores. That was why I said I was used to the point that I don't even have a word for it. So even with that, you will still be criticized. And that is why I used to put every effort to please. And one of the effect is that I was a people pleaser. Because my mom taught me to do everything to make her happy, I want to do everything to make everybody happy, which is one of the signs that you were raised by a narcissistic parent. So this is where I'm going to stop. I'm going to do this is the 15 lists. In the second part of the video, I will do 15 lists as well. Come back to watch the part 2. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments below, were you raised in this kind of environment? Do you know the signs of being raised by a narcissistic parent? Do you experience these things as an adult? Let me know in the comments below. If this video has been of help to you, please like the video, subscribe to my channel. Let me know your thoughts below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.